button. Oh, right.
Good evening, Brighton and Hove. Welcome
Good
along
evening.
to the Brighton and Hove Hope Exchange. My name is Andy, and
Hang on, I'm Andy. He's Adam.
I thought we'd do one of those comedy intros.
Oh, right.
Anyway, so what is this? What are you watching? This is the Brighton Hove Hope Exchange. So what does Ambigo do? What we do is we put on events where people come together and exchange support for their goals, ideas, and ambitions. Now, since lockdown began, we've been doing these online because obviously we've not been able to do in-person events. And so we've been putting on online events most Fridays since start of April, I think. And it's all about people coming on to this online broadcast and expressing a goal, an idea, or an ambition they have, and then telling us why it's important to them and what would help them to achieve it. And then we've been inviting you watching at home to contribute any kind of information, contacts, advice to help them achieve whatever it is they want to do. So today it's a little bit different because we've been really busy, haven't we, Andy? We've been doing all sorts of things in terms of moving offices and that kind of stuff. And so we haven't had the time to organise a proper event. And so we thought we'd actually, do a bit of a repeat, you know, feel like a proper TV channel. So we've picked out one of our favourite events so far with Stay Up Late, who run the Gig Buddies initiative in Brighton and Hove. So Stay Up Late organise for people to come together and actually match people with learning disabilities with other people so that they can all go to gigs together and other events so that they can stay up late and have a great time and not have any bedtimes. No bedtimes is their hashtag and they love it and it's great. So we're bringing that to you this evening. So although it won't be live, we do still encourage you to comment with your information, contacts and advice and other support, because that could still help the participants. So you're going to see something called the Wall of Ambitions. And in fact, Andy is standing right in front of that now. Would you like to tell us what that's all about, Andy?
Well, actually, no, I wouldn't, because I'm going to say it in the show you're going to watch. But since you're here, this is the Wall of Ambitions. It's about 7.5 foot tall. It goes out with us on various locations. And normally we invite people to put up their ambitions, their tasks, their dreams, things they want to do. What I've done, what we've got here is just a display of our fantastic partners that we've paired up with over the last 12 weeks or so. And of course, if you want to partner up with us, in the future, we'd love to work with you and provide something for your members whilst we're all still kind of doing this kind of lockdown type thing. What normally happens is we get a little get a little ambition up on the wall and we allow people to browse them, which you'll see. And when people browse them, often, not always, they may leave a little comment, a few words of encouragement, a few tips and advice, maybe something that people don't know that's going to really help them. Maybe some perfect contacts. I know someone who can actually do that. And, you know, those sort of contacts are brilliant. And of course, my personal favorite is if you really like the idea of that and you'd like to join in, you want to go to Portugal too, or you want to be part of building a pyramid on the beach in Brighton, whatever it is, you know, absolutely fine. And you see how that unfolds. Anyway, that's what this is. And that's the explanation. Adam, is there anything we want to tell people before we go into this? Like, for example, we do intend to be back here next Friday live with another partner if all goes well.
Yeah, so make sure you're watching and keep an eye on our Facebook page. If you're watching this not on Ambigo's Facebook page, then do head over there to facebook.com/weareambigo and give us a like so that you can be kept abreast of all our new events that we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future. So for now, less of us talking live and let's actually hear from the participants, the great people of Brighton and Hove, and especially those from Stay Up Late as well. So how about we hear from our first participant, Andy?
Sounds good. Bear with us while we do a little jiggling around. First thing that's going to happen is this will appear. Then we'll just make everything else disappear. And we'll just put this in. Get rid of that.
Because Chantel has been waiting nice and patiently. Good evening, Chantel. How are you?
I'm okay. Yourself?
Yes, I'm really good. And we're really happy that you were the first person to step forwards and come here this evening to share what your goal or idea or ambition is. So tell us all about it.
Well, where shall we start? Well, my ambition is being a musician because I grew up with music for my entire life, and I always loved performing, and I took up bass 5 years ago, and while studying at BIM there, and I just want to be in metal bands, and just play music.
What instrument do you play?
I sing and play bass.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. And what kind of music do you like to play?
Mostly rock and metal, but I could do some others, like reggae and others.
Excellent. Look, we've already had this comment through from whoever's behind Gig Buddy. Go on, Chantal, you rock. And literally, you do rock, right? Because that's the music you like playing.
Yeah.
So what are you looking to do exactly? Are you looking to start a new band, or are you looking for more opportunities to play?
Yeah, I'm already in 2 bands, and I like to expand more. I'm just working on my music projects, and maybe do some session musician work as well, maybe.
So you want to be a sessional player?
Yeah, as well, but yeah, so maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so if the opportunity presents itself, then you'll be interested in exploring that. So, okay, so you want to find out how you could get opportunities potentially to be a sessional player.
Yeah.
Can you just describe for people who don't know what a sessional player actually is?
It's like if an artist wanted a guitarist or something, they have someone to do guitar for them and do albums, gigs, and whether on tour or music videos or anything, just to help the artist out.
Okay, so what do you think you need help with in order to find these opportunities?
I'm struggling to go out and socialize due to me have anxiety and bit of certain mutism, and it's just very hard to reach out and talk to a lot of people, and yeah, I really want to try, but I just haven't got the guts.
Well, you know what? It's taken a lot of guts to come on here this evening and present your idea to the world.
I know.
So you've done extremely well. So this is fantastic, and we're really thankful for it. I just wonder if there's anywhere online where people might be able to hear your music.
I've done some covers on YouTube. I got my own website, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, fantastic! What's the website?
It's just basically my name, chantalorton.co.uk. Just gonna tweet some stuff, but yeah, that's yeah.
So would it be fair to say that what you need help with is people to come forwards if they need a bass player or a singer, and you'd say, okay, let me have a listen to what kind of music you do, and then you'll consider it. Would that be fair?
Yeah, and I gotta try to do some more covers and with variety of music. I just love rock and metal, but I really gotta try something else as well. Yeah.
Okay, what else might you like to try?
I don't know. Just I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I love rock and metal as well. So anything from Iron Maiden or Muse, Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, that's my kind of bands. But you want to try something new, so like different types of music, different genres altogether?
Could be a mixture, or just make it a little bit it's just throw the kitchen sink, basically. Just experiment, and yeah.
This is wonderful. Okay, well, let's see if we can get you some support, see if there's anybody out there who can offer you any kind of opportunities. So I'm going to tell everybody now that if you're watching at home and you're thinking, I might know somebody who might be looking for a bass player or might need a sessional player, then there are 3 ways that you could get in touch and potentially help Chantel. So you can leave a message underneath the Facebook video that you're watching now, or if you're watching on YouTube, then you just leave a comment there as well. Or you can click on the link that you'll see right next to this video, and you'll actually be able to join us here in the broadcast studio, and we can bring you in so you can have a word with Chantel yourself, or you can send a message on WhatsApp. So you see the number there at the bottom of your screen? If you send a message to that number, then Agatha will be waiting for it and she'll pass it on to us, and we'll get it through to Chantel. So thanks, Chantel. I'm now going to pass you over to Andy, who's with the Wall of Ambitions, because he's been writing down what it is you want to do. So let's go over to Andy.
Hello, Chantel.
Hey.
Hey, thank you very much for joining us. And I love the idea. You rock, girl. This is brilliant.
Thanks.
Okay, my job, as Adam has said, is to do my very best to try and capture your ambition and the help that you might want for it. And then just check with you in this part of the show that I've written it down right. You know, make sure that I've actually understood what you said, or make sure I haven't missed anything. So I'm going to go through what's on the sheet and check back with you. And let's see if we've got it. Chantel, welcome. So you want to be a musician?
Well, I am. I am, but I just want to push out my comfort zone to do stuff. So yeah,
it's good. So it's more than wanting to be a musician. You've got the skills, you've got experience. You'd like to take it much further. Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, and you sing and you play bass.
I sometimes do it at the same time, so yeah.
That's fabulous. I love that idea. You sing and or play bass at the same time or separately. And although you prefer rock and metal, sorry, I'll say that again. Rock and metal.
Yes.
You know, you're up for other genres, little reggae and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And part of that is you wouldn't mind at all doing a little more session work.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, my parents keeps wanting me to do it, and
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but it's the. Oh, I was just going to say what I'm sensing is it's the playing and the singing that's important.
Yeah, it's just want to be to connect with others, and yeah, that's what I'm struggling with sometimes.
Hey, you have been, in my opinion, immensely brave, and you shared with us that there is some anxiety there, there is some nervousness there, and so doing what you're doing now must be really frightening. Actually appearing and saying, "Yes, please notice me." I say, well done, Chantel. I'm very proud of you, and I'm happy to support you. Knowing that that's a difficult thing to do, your ask for help is very much around just reaching out for contacts, reaching out.
Yeah.
And the very first reach out is very scary, but I know I love living in Brighton and Hove. We're surrounded by a lot of creative people who seem to have really good hearts. So I'm really hoping that a lot of people will just hear that you've got this skill and that you're putting yourself out there, no matter how scary that is. And let's see what comes back in. So if you know someone in the industry and so on, and you can just do that nice, safe connection for Chantel and so on, then that's really the first call for help. Does that pretty much cover what you're asking for here?
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, another ideas I want to do, but just want to connect and do others. Yeah.
Just wanting to connect. Hi, Chantel, this is me.
Hi.
I had to switch cameras because what I want to do is I want to put your ambition on the wall, you see. Now, the important thing is just wanting to connect. That's really the heart of your call, your request here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can help you do so in a
Yeah.
nice, friendly, safe way. Safe,
Mhm.
safe and friendly. So
Yeah.
the process is fairly simple. We put a modest, I've used colors there, but we put a modest comment up there acknowledging that you have that skill, musical skill,
Mhm.
but there is a bit of a challenge there, which you've been very brave and kind and to share with us, very candid, that there is an anxiety around reaching out. But you're reaching out. And so the call for help really is, you want that connection. Let's see whether there are people out there who'd be interested in listening to your music, who may be able to help you connect up with bands that are looking for singer, bass players, session work, people who are cutting some stuff who would like that. Other people who might, kind of want to share that enthusiasm. Maybe some friendly groups of fellow musicians who have the same sort of background. And what we do is we put your ambition up there.
Okay.
Now, normally we'll have people mill around gently. They sort of come up and they read people's ambitions at their own pace. They have a nice casual relationship with a sheet of paper, and they think about it at their own time, and they see what else is going on and allow inspiration to strike. Things are slightly different now because we are doing this through the internet, and I'm basically repeating what you've said to me. That's my job basically, is to repeat everything you say. It's a very silly job, but we do. And people who are watching live, and those of you who are watching this on the repeat, you have the opportunity of making a comment for Chantel, maybe just a word of encouragement. And that's a really nice thing to hear. Chantel, you rock is such a brilliant phrase. I think that's the best meme of the evening.
Yeah.
And let Chantel know that there's a space out there in the musical world for her, and that there are people. So if you know someone who could actually possibly use those skills, who'd like to hear that, Chantel, may I get you to say your web address again, please? And let's see if I can write it down.
What? Sorry.
Your website address.
Website. www.chantellawton.co.uk.
Chantel. And how are you spelling Lawton?
LAWTON.
LAWTON. .co.uk. Excellent, Chantel. That's really good. We'll get that website available to people as well, so they can fast track. They can go listen to what you've got on the website.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, really. So I'm going to talk to our viewers for a moment, Chantel. And hey, guys, there it is. This is the first ambition of the evening on our very first ambition calling card. Your invitation, our invitation to you, is to come on in and make a comment to it. Maybe it's a word of encouragement. Maybe it's some tips and advice. Something that maybe Chantel does not know about working in the industry. It may be there's some brilliant things that you might be able to say to her about the kind of agents she might need if the industry uses agents, or maybe the best sort of places to put her website out in to get seen. That sort of tip might be useful. And of course, if you know someone who could actually use and benefit from getting through to Chantel's skill set, then, again, sort of nudge them, or send their information in, and we'll make the connection. We'll be happy to do so. And the last sort of idea is, if you like the idea and it speaks to you, it's your idea as well, then get in touch, because we'll share the tips and advice about getting into the music industry, widening your own skills, your own contacts, and so on. We're more than happy to share this. The whole of Ambigo really is about sharing and working together. And if you want to join in on Chantel's ambition, then we'll be happy to make that connection. Which raises the question, Chantel, we often get this: how could people possibly get in touch with us? Now, Adam has already said, hey, Adam has already said that, but I want him to repeat it. especially for those people who've only just joined us, which is, Adam, how can people get in touch with us so that we can pass on stuff to Chantal?
They can do what a lot of people have already been doing, Chantal. I'm not sure we've ever had so much support for anybody, because people have been getting in touch by leaving comments on Facebook. And so when you do that, they appear on our screen and we can share them, just like Jason, who's got a lovely profile photo, by the way, Jason. And he says, "You're so awesome, dude." Katie says, "Super brave, Chantal." And it looks like Katie's a musician as well, by the look of her profile.
I also I graduated from BIM, so yeah.
So Katie's from BIM, is she?
No. I've been graduated.
Right.
And,
Yes.
yeah, I'm just saying. So sorry.
Yeah.
No,
There's
bless
an
you.
awful every Simon look, Chantal. It also must take a lot of guts to be a musician, so be proud. That's really nice, Simon.
Yeah.
Another one, Darren, wanting to say well done as well.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of people clapping you, Katie again, and Sue wants to show her appreciation for what you're doing as well. So that's really nice. So that's one of the 3 ways you can get in touch. You can just leave a comment on the Facebook video you're watching, or you can leave a comment on the what's it called, YouTube video, if that's where you're watching it. Or you can click on the link that you'll see right next to this video, and you'll actually join us here in the broadcast. Or the other thing you can do, if you like WhatsApp, you can send a WhatsApp message to Agatha on the number that's about to scroll across the bottom of your screen. I'm going to bring in Paul now, Andy, because Paul is the founder of Stay Up Late, and he's also a renowned musician as well, Paul. I just wonder if you have any thoughts for Chantal. Good evening.
Oh, yeah. Some people call me a musician. I'm never sure myself. But yeah, hi Chantal, hi Adam.
Hi.
Yeah. So yeah, I was the bass player in a punk band, which is I always joke that's probably the lowest form of musician, to be honest. Being a bass player in a punk band, I only use 2 strings, But
self-deprecation, that.
yeah. But,
so, do you have any thoughts on how you can go about getting sessional work?
Well, I guess it's really meeting other musicians, and just starting to play with people. I would have thought, I just and whether you make money out of that or just have loads of fun, I mean, I've never really made money out of making music, but I've done it all my life, and have some really good friends that I play with. Still do play with. Like last year, I hooked up with an old mate of mine. We realised we'd not actually played music together for 35 years since being in the school band together. But up until lockdown, and just the week before lockdown, we were been playing together in rehearsal studios and making noise together again as well. It's just wonderful fun.
Yeah, so that's just the joy of getting together with mates who want to make a noise, I suppose.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much, Paul, for that. I'll just have a quick word with you again in a moment. But Chantal, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're going to pass on any more support that comes in for you, and we'll also write a social media post about what you're wanting to do as well, so we can spread the word far and wide, and also put the link to your website in there as well, which was chantallawton.co.uk. And we'll see if we can get anybody connecting with you so you can get more opportunities to do more bass playing work. Thank you so much, Chantal.
And thank you for having me.
No, pleasure. Thank you. Okay, Paul, thank you for joining us. So you're the founder of Stay Up Late. So for those people who don't know what Stay Up Late or Gig Buddies is, can you just, in a nutshell, tell us?
Yeah, so Stay Up Late is a Brighton-based charity that campaigns for active social lives for people with learning disabilities. We started as a campaign. We are a national campaign. And we launched, we've been running it over 7 years now, Gig Buddies. And Gig Buddies is a project that matches up people with learning disabilities with a volunteer who loves the same kind of music or whatever their cultural interests are, so that people can develop friendships together and go out and go to mainstream things together.
And how can people get involved if they like the sound of this?
Just go to our website, which is gigbuddies.org.uk, and there's a simple sign-up form for volunteers on there, and then we'll take it from there. We've even learned in the last week that we can now do police record checks and everything virtually, so we can start signing up volunteers and training them. So yeah, please get in touch.
Cracking. And this isn't the only event you've got going on this evening, is it? You've got something else at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So we just before lockdown started, we thought it'd be a good idea because we could see that the venues were going to shut. We thought we'd start an online music festival to keep the gigs going. So we started Coronavirus Fest back in March, mid-March, and we've had dozens and dozens of people live streaming from their front rooms across the country, and musicians of all different genres and abilities, people with learning disabilities, people without, people who are in very well-known bands. We had the trumpet player from James on the other week. Next week we've got Sarah J, who performed, so some of you might know the song Dissolve Girl from Massive Attack's Mezzanine record, so some people who've been on some absolutely massive records, through to people who just perform in their bedrooms. Everyone is welcome. We just don't, there's no rules to it. Tonight we've got Sam on from Gig Buddies Scotland, who's one of our partners. So we're looking forward to that. His last one was an epic. We invite people to play for about half an hour. Sam went on about 2.5 hours last time. So who knows what's going to happen tonight?
Yeah. So that's 9 o'clock on the Gig Buddies Coronavirus Fest Facebook page. That way people should go.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Lovely. Okay, thanks a lot, Paul. We might hear you again a little bit later on, but it's high time we went to our next participant.
Great stuff.
So thanks for that,
Thank you
Paul.
very much.
Cheers. So let's bring in Victoria, who's been waiting patiently. Hi, Victoria.
Yo.
How are you doing?
I'm alright. Bit surprised that I got called in to do this, but hello, everybody, Gig Buddies.
Yes, you were a late substitute. You've been brought off the substitutes bench at the last minute, haven't you?
Yeah, I actually am part of the team that work at Stay Up Late and Gig Buddies. So I'll do anything for them.
And a little birdie tells me you've actually got a lot of ambitions, but which one is it that you want to bring to the show tonight?
Right, it has been really, 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 really hard. But I'm going to stick to what I did on Gig Buddies Corona Fest, which was my first one-woman show. Doing because I'm quite inspiring and I think I'm hilarious. I don't know if they think I'm hilarious, but is inspiring and comedy at the same time. Like kind of do the stand-up because I like joking around, but sometimes it's a bit too far. But I really enjoy raining smiles to people's faces, during lockdown. And I actually loads of people that have viewed my comedy show. And I really want to do a take 2 because it's just because when I do comedy, it's kind of I basically take the mickey out of what's actually happened to me because I watch people and I go, I want to be that person on stage one day. Doing a stand-up or a comedy kind of thing.
So this is something you've been doing on the Coronavirus Fest page. Oh, brilliant.
I did a live from my own living room, as I am today, of course. But I don't know, I just love inspiring people. I'm famous for my quotes. I love quotes. But
tell us a quote then.
Well, there's the most famous one at work. It's when life gives you lemons, eat a lemon. one of our always kind of quote it's known as at work as the lemon quote. But like sometimes I just like come out with really funny stuff half the time.
Well, you know how you said you think you're hilarious, you're not sure what other people will think. Well, Darren's already been in touch and he's confirming she is hilarious. And then Trevor over on YouTube, he said she's definitely making me smile right now. And then Gig Buddy, now I don't know who the person is behind Gig Buddy, but it's obviously somebody you know. Victoria is really good at inspirational speeches and makes us all laugh. How can we help her channel these skills? So that is the question that we want answering this evening. So what is it that people can do to help you?
Because like I said, like in the future, I want to be like on stage and actually doing like a comedy night kind of thing. So I'm going to be doing a open mic soon, and it will be actually my first open mic actually doing a bit of comedy. So like I think like getting involved probably more in open mic, or getting involved in more gigs, or start going to like open comedy and see like more how to like grow that performance in me, as I'm already funny anyway. But like
You are.
like rely on YouTube quite a lot because a lot of people post stuff on YouTube. So like I'd love to like in a way come like a like, because it will have to be probably someone will have to be blogs, like somebody to like probably help me like show me how to like put on good content and good stuff on blogs, because it's like all about sharing it with the world. So I think it'll be to do with like YouTube, because like how you edit them, how do you make it really good, because like I've done blogs on my own YouTube channel before and it doesn't seem to work because I don't know how to make them really good to the other blog people I watch. But like I am pretty awesome at
Yes, we're gathering that. So your ambition is to get more opportunities to do your stand-up and open mics, and also to develop your skills around making what you put out to the world digitally more polished. Is that fair to say? Okay, cool. And so where did this fascination or this love of performing and making people smile, where did that come from? Where did it start?
You can blame my team for this, because we were like sitting in team meeting and they came up with the idea, because I'm that hilarious, inspiring and funny, that I should do a like it was called, I think it was called, which was One Woman Show, and it was just like like the weird thing is like I just be myself, and like I know the boundaries, I know what I can't say and what I can't, but I just like find like I like being myself, but it's just like, but like mostly the idea was from the team and everything for me to do this. And the thing about Victoria being Victoria, if she gets asked to do something, she goes, why not? And then when she actually does it, I go, oh crap, I've really got myself into this time. So it's like, that's what I always do, but like, I love doing it end of the day, because it's like you can put me on a microphone on stage, I'll still do something funny. And like, it doesn't bother me because I don't really get stage fright. So like, you can go to theatre if you want to.
Well, that's terrific. I mean, Trevor has just made a good point that's just popped up on my screen. He says that after this, meaning the lockdown and everything, I assume, I think we'll all need a good laugh. So I think we all need a bit of Victoria in our lives. And Kitty as well, she said that Victoria is very good at inspiring and bringing joy to people. And there are a few more comments that have come through that I'll share in a little while. But I just wanted to know, if you have like an ultimate dream in mind, what would be the dream situation for you with this?
Like, probably to be like in a way, it's like a celebrity where like your stand-up gets put on like Netflix, that like it's like the big like Comedy Central nights they do, like where I'm on a big stage and lots of people are watching, and the YouTube channel like gets loads and loads of subscriptions and stuff, and kind of like really like kind of bring everybody together as well, because like I'm an aspiring person and I love my charity Gig Buddies and Stay Up Late because they inspire me as well. So I would help them out if I even got famous, and I would still stay at the end of the stand-up night, get involved with Gig Buddies and stuff, because like I just think I'm just one of them people. Like I just make people smile and it makes me happy. End of the day.
Well, you've made everybody smile coming on this evening, and you've certainly made me smile. So thank you so much for that. So let's go over to Andy now, because Andy's been writing down what your ambition is and what would help you to achieve it. So we'll see how he's got on with that.
Victoria, hello.
Hello.
I just thought I'd share with you, you've been making me smile and laugh out loud at the same time this end. So, you know, thank you, basically. I do like your comment about the lemons, the lemon quote. The lemon quote is one that I'm going to be using into the future, I think. If life gives you lemons, that's wisdom. Yes, sorry, there's a reason why I'm here, Victoria. Hello, my job is to try and write up your ambition as an ambition calling card. So I've got to do a nice short summary of it. And also you'll ask for help. So what I'd like to do with you now is just check that I've got that right, and, you know, correct if we can be. Let's see. So are you okay for me to do this?
Yeah, I'm okay.
That's cool. So one of your many ambitions, and the one you're focusing on tonight, is that is an ambition to make people laugh. And we're being told, and I can understand why, it's a very inspirational thing that you're doing here. And you want to use your comedy, and there's a comedy show you've mentioned, very much observations from your life and what you're seeing around you, which is nice to know. And you have done a show as part of the Corona Fest, which sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And really, what you'd like to do is you would like to do much, much more into the future. I have this image of you appearing on things like Live at the Apollo, large stage, you there commanding the audience. I think you could do it. I think that's a lovely thing to be going for. So, in terms of the help you might need, really, in the first place, what I'm hearing is a call for where you could gig, where you could do this comedy more. And I think Brighton and Hove is a lovely city for you to be in. There's lots and lots of little independent comedy shows and so on. So if we can get you connected with the people who put those together, that might give you lots of opportunities. So there you go. You want places where you can gig and to do more performances and in front of more people. And, you know, that's a really good ambition. I also heard, Victoria, that you told us that maybe some tips and advice on the blogs and your social media and your website might also be useful. That thing about how you present yourself online to help really a kind of business, although it sounds like a really fun business, you know, a little bit of help on that front would also be useful. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, that's great. Let me swap cameras, and I do that by pressing a few buttons here. Here we go. Hi.
So you did that like magic, right?
I wish it were magical, but it's actually a little bit of fiddling around with the screen here. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is take your calling card, your ambition calling card, and place it here on our wall of ambitions. And as you know, this wall of ambition, which is basically about 7.5 foot, 8 foot tall, fairly wide, it normally goes out with us to public spaces. We often put things in to attract people in. Often we have little snacks, cupcakes and so on And very often they're donated by the local co-ops who are very kind to us and very supportive of us. Thanks, guys, at the co-op. And we invite people to eat their cupcakes or whatever and just gently mill around the wall of ambitions, having a look at what's up on there, and possibly even grab a post-it note and one of our coloured pens and make a comment. And this is what we're going to be asking for you as well. Only, of course, we can't do this at the end of people's streets. We're doing this on a kind of internet street corner where people are kind of hopefully watching us live or possibly catching us on a repeat. And then we get their thanks, Paul. Lemon cupcake sounds brilliant. It's one of my favorites as well. And the answer, sadly, is yes. Some of them were lemon, and it's a real shame that we can't be offering snacks now. It's a sadness on my part. Yes. So let's see what comes in. Generally speaking, Victoria, we tend to get 3 types of comments. You know, some nice words of encouragement, maybe some tips and advice. And one of the things I do love about this city is it's full of creative people, some of whom have made livings out of being performers and comedians and so on. So there may be some fantastic tips out there on how to get yourself known, maybe some acting skills just to tighten up any of the areas that you want tightening up. It sounds like you got it down pat anyway. You may be able to find someone who can connect you with an agent who can help find gigs for you. You may be even able to connect up with people who run gigs. And we have 1 or 2 friends that I'm going to be making a sort of a nudge to let them know that you exist, who might well be able to invite you to be a part of their shows as well. I'm thinking of the wonderful Sarah, for example, who runs a comedy group called Lava Elastic. So I'll definitely kind of get that information down. And of course, other people might know someone who can really help. Somebody who, and actually, when we talk about the promotion side, somebody who can maybe check those blogs for you and talk about what blog readers might want to read and what gems that you're talking about might be the ones to focus on to get in front of them on your website or in social media or on kind of, you know, Twitter or whatever it is that you use. And maybe folks can tell you which were the best mediums or platforms to use. And of course, if you watching are a bit of a comedy person yourself, and you like this thing about, you know, being a part of the comedy community, and you'd like to do some more performing and so on, you know, and you like Victoria's ambition so much that you'd like to join in. It's yours too. Get in touch, because we will share any top tips and advice with you as well. And also, we'll introduce you to Victoria, and maybe you guys can do gigs together, buddy up, and that sort of thing. Victoria, is there anything else that you might want as we've been talking? Anything occur to you? You think, yeah, I'd like that.
I think you've covered it all, really.
It is a lovely ambition. I'm actually slightly jealous because it's so good. It's like, you know, right. In which case, let's remind people how they can get in touch with us. And normally, and there he is. Normally, I ask our friend and colleague Adam to appear on the screen, which he has done. And I get to ask the question, Adam, how can people get in touch with us?
Good question, because we've got people joining us all the time. So if you've listened to Victoria's Ambition all around comedy and you think you might be able to help, then there are 3 ways to get in touch. You can leave a comment on Facebook underneath the video you're watching now, or on YouTube if that's where you're watching us, or you can click on the link that you'll find accompanying this video and you'll actually join us here in the broadcast studio and we can bring you in yourself. Or if you are a fan of WhatsApp, then Agatha is waiting for your messages. You'll see the number, scroll across the bottom of your screen. There it is. So just tap that into your phone, send a WhatsApp message to Agatha and she'll pass it on to us. You mentioned Lava Elastic there, Andy. I just thought I'd put up the address for them. Now, they're an excellent organisation that we actually had on a previous show, and I think they'd love to get in touch with you, Victoria, because you'd be a perfect match, I think. So I've put that as a comment on our Facebook page where you'll find this video, so you can click through to that link and find them as well. We've had so many comments come through for you, Victoria. Let's go to this one from Paul. So Paul has said, how about we write and perform a comedy song at our AGM this year, Victoria?
What a lovely idea.
Oh my God.
I think because this is a live broadcast, I think you've actually got to do it now. I think that's the commitment made.
It's going to be like that. I'm going to agree to it anyway.
Let's have a look at some of the other comments. So
it's not like I can do anything.
So Jason, the sumo wrestler, has said, Victoria, your ambition is amazing. Darren listened to your quote and said, when life gives you ambitions, go for it. Let's see who else has been in touch. Kate has been in touch. Great job as always, Victoria.
I love your image, Kate.
Trevor says, gig buddies are fantastic, getting people in live music and comedy. Yeah, you're definitely in the right place. And there are more that have come through, and I can't remember now. There've been so many. I can't remember which ones I've already put up on screens and which one I haven't. But let's just say there's a lot of love for you there, Victoria.
Yeah.
Well, up to you guys, and the rest of the broadcast.
Well, Simon has said that he'd love to hear that. He'd love to hear your contribution to the AGM.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
That's it.
Wow.
Okay, it's lovely. Right, it's been fantastic hearing from you, Victoria. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing.
When you lemons, you eat the lemon.
When life gives you lemons, you eat the lemon. Right.
Eat the lemon.
We have to.
It's in the memory bank. We shan't forget. That's going to become the new motto for our show, I think. And just to wave you goodbye, Jason says, "We love you, Victoria."
I love you.
And you've even got a love heart from Trevor as well. So thank you so much, Victoria. We'll be in touch if we can get you more support.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Hey,
bye-bye.
Hey, Adam.
Okay,
Adam, have you actually ever eaten a lemon?
Yeah, not a whole lemon, but
whole lemon.
Oh, no.
My brother did once. He's going to hate me for telling you this because he said lemons, they're like oranges, aren't they? So he asked for a lemon and he started to eat it like an orange. He got about halfway through, his tongue furred up and so on. He said, "Oh, I'm not doing that again." But there's such a simple, beautiful truth about if life gives you lemon. Eat a lemon, or maybe have a lemon-based kind of gin and tonic. I don't know.
Or meringue. Right. Let's go to our next participant because Chloe has been waiting nice and patiently. So let's bring in Chloe, who's our third participant of the evening on this Brighton and Hove Hope Exchange, which is all about bringing people together to exchange support for their personal goals and ambitions. Good evening, Chloe.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm not too bad.
Yeah?
I'm good.
That's lovely. So you've been watching Victoria and, you've heard what she's had to say. And she was talking about her ambition, but what's yours?
So my ambition is basically, I know there's like a lot out there for people with like LGBT queries and being gay and being lesbians. But there's not a lot of like support or sports stuff out there for people that are transgender. And I would like to start up a transgender football club. And I've already got a Facebook page for one. So yeah, I would just really like to start one up.
Okay, what's the Facebook page?
It's called Brighton and Hove Transgender FC.
Brighton and Hove Transgender
FC.
Okay, so we'll try and find that, and we'll get it into the comments on Facebook as well, so other people can find it, and we'll get it up on the screen as well as soon as I can get hold of that. Okay, fantastic. I spotted that you had a Three Lions t-shirt on.
Yes.
How many years is it now? No more years of hurt. They've been saying that for about 20 years now, haven't they?
Yeah,
Probably 30 now.
yeah.
So, have you always played football and been interested in football?
I played football when I was a kid at school, and I'm doing it now as well, or I was before the lockdown. I was doing walking football instead of normal football, and I've done a lot of coaching courses. So I am very highly qualified for that role.
So, do you want to be the manager?
I would like to be the coach or the manager. Yeah.
Excellent, lovely. So, how could people help you?
Just help me get in contact with other people that I can work alongside that have coaching experience and can give me more training to do level 2 FA coaching, which is what I need to get a proper job as a coach.
And would another thing be to actually find people who'd want to play in your team?
Yes, yeah, that would be another ambition as well, to put my idea out there and hopefully somehow build up a post and just say, look, this is what I'm going to do and this is how it's going to start, and then just try and find a place where we can start meeting.
Well, I think it's an idea that a lot of people in Brighton Hove could be interested in. And my mind goes to Sophie Cook, who's somebody that has participated in one of our events before, because Sophie had some kind of similar ambitions and she actually used to work in football professionally.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of Sophie Cook? She's a bit of a celebrity.
It rings a bell, the name. It does ring a bell. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna find her website and I'm gonna put it in the comments on Facebook as well, so you can have a look at that, because I think she would be an excellent person to connect with in Brighton and Hove. And fortunate as well that she lives in Brighton, so we'll try and make that connection for you.
Okay.
So tell me a bit more about why it's important for you to start a football team, the Transgender FC in Brighton and Hove.
It's like, because there's nothing out there specific for transgender people. There's only stuff out there for LGBT, gay, or bi, or lesbians, and I just want to, put back to the community that have given to me, help me come out as I've come out as.
And so you've chosen football. Why do you think sport could be a good way of doing this?
One, because you can get healthy and fit. Two, it becomes a bit like a big family. And also, three, you can meet new different people and hopefully become friends with them outside the football sessions, and also meet up once or twice, even when there's no football on, and just go for like a meal.
Yeah. So you want it to be a proper community. It's not just about kicking up. It's about relationships between people.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've already had support coming in for you. So Kitty has said, great idea, Chloe, as has Paul. Such a brilliant idea. Jason's been in touch as well. Go, Chloe. And this is a message from Kitty as well, again, saying being part of a team can be a great confidence booster and help people to build a community of their own. Such a great ambition, Chloe. Yeah, I definitely echo that. So is there anything else you'd like to say to the people who are watching this now, or the people who will watch this later on, in terms of how they could actually support you with your ambition?
Just like, somehow help me get a job or some like volunteer work in coaching, and so I can coach alongside an actual coach that is actually coaching in the Premier League or in one of the leagues.
So it would be fantastic, wouldn't it, if there was some kind of link into Brighton and Hove Albion? I just wonder if there's any watching, there's a link there. And White FC, they do. I think Sophie Cook, who I mentioned earlier, I think she does some work with White Hawk FC in East Brighton as well. So that could be a good place to look.
Definitely.
is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I've basically said everything, and yeah, I think that's it. I think Kate was going to help me if I've missed anything out, but I think that's it.
Well,
Unless
this is what
Kate
Kate
can
has
think
to
of
say.
anything.
Kate has to say, Chloe, you're an inspiration to the LGBTQ plus community. So I think that's an endorsement, and I think that suggests that she thinks that you've absolutely nailed it this evening.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chloe. So I'm going to hand you over to Andy now, who's got all this down on paper for you.
Hello, Chloe.
Hello.
Hey, you know, it's an honor and a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming on the show. And you know,
That's okay.
I think you spotted a real gap from my limited view, my very limited view of the city. You know, that I think you really have spotted a gap here. The whole football for people who you know, the transgender experience and so on. So well done on identifying that. Now, as you've heard, my job here is to scribble down in my bestest handwriting as well as I possibly can a summary of your ambition on our ambition calling card. And what I'd like to do is just check that I've got it right. It's an important part of the process because we'll be using this to try and get more people to, you know, kind of give advice or support you. Are you okay for me to do this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Great. Now, really, I'm going to see if I can just focus that up a little bit. It looks like it's a little, there we go. Hopefully that's a little better. Really, Chloe, I'm hearing two parts to this ambition. I'm hearing the bit about that you would like to start a transgender football club, the Brighton and Hove Transgender FC. And I'm also hearing that you have a very valid career ambition here. There's work that you're after. You want more than a job. This is a passion job. So there's two parts to this ambition. If that's right, then I want you to know that's absolutely fine. And we are very, very happy for ambitions to be both personal as well as community. In fact, we work on both. Is that right? Are there these two elements?
Yeah, it is correct because I sit here and I play a lot of FIFA on the computer.
Yeah.
And that's not the same. But
no,
that's my way of getting enjoyment of being a manager at the moment. But I would like that as my dream. If that was my dream job and I could, you know, have a proper, true dream job, that is it. I just want to be standing on the side of a pitch, coaching a team and helping them through.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're already on that journey with the coaching training that you have already been doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've noticed that part of your next step on that part of the ambition is you'd like to get to level 2, the level 2 coaching skill set. Is that right?
Yes, which is massive ambition, but everywhere I've looked at the moment, I have to pay money towards it and I can't afford it. And it's a course that I have to pay money towards. And it's about £135, I think, or £145.
Yes.
To like a level 2 course.
Excellent.
I just want to do that level 2 course because I need to have that FA level 2 so I can start teaching people that are older and not younger.
Gotcha. And that makes a lot of sense. It also helps me as well because I can include a comment about help finding funds to the ambition calling card.
Yeah.
So let's see. In terms of the help you're looking for, the first part, which we've had a little talk about, is the contacts, the opportunity, and of course trying to raise the funds so you can take your training that next step onto level 2.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, there is this brilliant thing that you're doing about forming the Brighton and Hove Transgender FC. So you're looking for people to be a part of that, to join the football club, to be supportive of it. And as I can't remember who else said it, but it really is coming through very loud and clear. You're doing more than just football. It's about building a community for
Yes.
this identity, for this awareness that you have about this neglected and overlooked identity. So, you know,
Yes.
well done.
Yes,
you.
and you know, also having a relationship with them, and for
Yes.
them to realise that just because you're changing gender, you don't have to stop. You know, watching the things you love, like football or basketball or whatever sport you're into.
Well said. Absolutely. Right. With your permission, let me change cameras. And that involves me leaning in and pressing a few buttons left, right, and center. Hey, Chloe. Hi.
Hello.
This is me. I'm sorry about starting with such an anonymous thing of, you know, being the disembodied voice of the writing, but it's part of the process. Anyway, what I'd like to do is take your calling card and place it nice and prominently on our wall of ambition. There we go. And as you know, this is a wall of ambition. It normally comes out with us. We get people to write up their own ambition calling cards, and we allow people, in fact, we positively invite people to just browse at their own pace, have a little read, maybe get a little excited about what other people are into. And if possible, grab a Post-it note and one of the pens and so on, and make a few comments. So here, for example, because there's two parts to it, if someone knows something about looking for independent funds for personal training, that would be a great person to connect you with. So if there's someone out there who can help with that, please do get in touch. Chloe would love that help, I'm sure, and it would be a privilege for us to be able to make that connection.
Yes.
Likewise, anyone else who's been through the process, and I personally like mentors a lot, people who got there, who can give us tips and advice. So if you're out there and you already have level 2 coaching, be it in football or be it in other sports, and you know the industry, and you feel that maybe you could give Chloe a few tips and so on, and maybe, you know, become a bit of a supportive friend as she goes through that journey, then it'd be a joy again to make that introduction. And if you hit it off, even better. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. So tips, advice, that's often the thing that we spot. And of course, people who know someone who actually can. So if you are a person, you know, transgendering, or know someone who's in that experience and also loves football, then please make the introduction. Introduce them to Chloe, get them to be a part of the team, join in this fun experience and so on. Because, you know, from what Chloe's saying to us, from what she's sharing with us, it's more than just the football. There's a community there. You guys might be meeting outside the games and so on. And, you know, what a brilliant way to be supportive of one another.
Yes.
And of course, you know, and that's part of it, really, you know, if folks want to join in on both of those fronts. Chloe, is there anything else that you'd like us to be letting people know that would be useful for you?
Well, I would just like to start it off as a, you know, Sunday kickabout down at the park.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, you know, work my way up to, I don't know, say a league or something like that, and get into leagues.
It's a great idea, and I love that, because that sounds very sensible. Aim for the moon, because that way you won't hit your feet. But you can go in those nice little steps there, and a kickabout in the park is a really lovely, friendly way of starting the journey, which could go through Brighton and Hove Transgender FC through to an even bigger league and so on. So it sounds like a really fantastic ambition, as does your ambition to get a career as a football coach, as a sports coach. I think those are both really good things, and I'm very happy to be sharing both of them.
Thank you.
Chloe, with your permission, shall we bring Adam back in and get him to tell everybody how they can possibly get in touch with us?
Yes, definitely.
That's lucky, because here he is. Adam, hello. Hi.
Sorry, I'm sure that.
Adam, could you please tell people how to get in touch with us?
Yep. Well, Facebook is a really good way to do it. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, all you have to do is leave a comment underneath the video. Simple as that. Just like several people have done. Let's have a look. Jason has said,
Yes.
that sounds great, Chloe. Hope your ambition comes true because you deserve it. That's really nice of you, Jason. Thank you for getting in touch with that. And also, I've put on a comment underneath there as well. Remember when I was talking about Sophie Cook, who might be a good person to speak to about this? So that's Sophie Cook's Facebook page there, Sophie Cook Talks. So if you go to that, drop her a message, tell her your plans, and I think there's a good chance that she'll want to support you with that.
Okay.
So, well, check her out, and you'll see. You can watch some of the videos and some of the talks she's done. She was at TEDx Brighton. Was it last year or the year before? The year before.
Last year.
And so, you know, she's well renowned and very, very well connected as well. So it'll be a good person to connect with. Meanwhile, in terms of the other ways you can contact us to share your support for Chloe, then you can click on the link that accompanies this video as well, if you like, if you actually want to come onto this broadcast yourself, or you can send a message on WhatsApp. Agatha's passing on the WhatsApp messages to us. So the number for that is just about to scroll across the bottom of your screen. I always forget which way I have to point. It's down there.
There it is. There it is.
Tremendous. Right. Thank you so much, Chloe. Andy, I'm going to bring in Paul, if that's okay with you, Paul. Just because you had a nice comment as well to share with Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. How you doing?
Hi, Paul. You all right?
Yeah, good. No, I was just saying, we're talking about bands and that earlier, but being in teams and bands and everything like that. They're just, I've got friends who I was in bands with when I was a teenager, and that I still see for beer regularly when we're allowed to pubs and things like that. And it's just a lovely way of meeting friends as well as being active as well. So I'm just blown away by your idea, Chloe. I think it's brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Paul. Appreciate it. We'll speak to you in a bit as well. And somebody who echoes that is also Darren, who says, "Good luck, Chloe. Your love for football and passion for community shines through." So that's
thank you.
Thank you, Darren. Okay, thanks, Chloe. We've really enjoyed hearing about your ambition. Really looking forward to seeing how it develops. And if people want to find you, is this the best place to go? Is this the Facebook page for the team here?
It's called Transgender FC Football Club. Yeah.
So if people go there, so if you go to the Ambigo page and you have a look at the comments underneath the Facebook Live video there, you'll see this link and you can click on that and go through to Chloe's page. All right, wonderful, Chloe. Really enjoyed having you on. Thanks so much, and we'll pass on any more support we get.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, wasn't that wonderful? Okay, so we've had so much support for the people coming through. If you're watching this and you're wondering how you can get in touch, again, the easiest way is just to leave a comment on Facebook, and you can join all of the other people, just like Simon, who is passing on his appreciation for what Chloe wants to do and sending her his best wishes as well. Let's go to our next participant. There's no time to lose. We're going to go to Jason next. Hey, Jason.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
I'm doing great. Yeah, good. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about what your goal or your idea or your ambition. What is it?
So, I'm also another person who works for Scale Late as a quality checker. So, I want to have my own TV show.
Wow. Okay, that's a big ambition.
Yeah.
What would you like to be doing on the TV show?
So I want to be. So last year, I did a chat show called the AGN.
Oh yeah.
So that went quite well. So ever since, I want to carry on with that. And so I did it for, again, in lockdown a few weeks ago, couple months ago, let's say. And yeah, I want to carry it on and hopefully get into a TV studio and get my own show to interview people and find out their stories.
I love that as well, because I'm doing it with you now and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So who would you like to interview?
Just quite a few things. Celebrities, people who are normal working people, people who do, like the charity stay up late, definitely will be important. Yeah, bit of a mixture basically, and hopefully that could lead on to some more things for me one day. For example, to a trickle threat.
Oh, wow. So what is it about chat shows and talking to people? What is it about that you really enjoy?
Generally, I like to be nosy. I talk to too many people, basically. I work in retail, so I see different people every time I work in retail, so, and I heard different stories which are very interesting, and so that's why I just want to do it.
Yeah, well, we know you've got skills because Darren's already been in touch saying he's a great interviewer, and we've seen him interview musicians and campaigners in his last 2 shows. Okay, was this on the Coronavirus Best page?
So the musicians and the campaigners were both on Zoom.
Okay.
But it went out onto YouTube and Facebook.
Ooh, where can people find that?
You can go to the Stay Up Late Facebook page, and I think I got it on my Facebook as well.
Okay, well, it's a good shout to have a look at Stay Up Late's Facebook page if they want to find your interviews with the musicians. Okay, so the people watching this are going to be thinking, I might be able to help, but they don't know exactly how they can help. So how can the people watching this help you?
Hopefully be able to get me somewhere to a point to get connected to the media, maybe. To get to where I want to be. Maybe I should go to college to study the media studies before going straight in, probably, which I'm not probably qualified yet. Yeah.
Well, there are people that go both routes, you know. I used to work in the media myself, and I went that route. I went down the media studies route, and then I went to university and studied broadcast journalism. But you know, some people just go straight into it because sometimes if you've got the talent, then you know the commissioners will take you.
Hopefully, I do have the right skills to do it naturally. But yeah, I really want to just dive straight in and do it.
Yeah. Who would be, if you could pick one person in the world to interview, who would that be?
I know this sounds weird, and it's going to be a person who I despise. I don't like that much. So I'm going to say the Queen.
Oh, I don't know whether we should go into this or not. We might get taken off there for treason.
But she'll be a good person to interview as she does rule the country and find some information that we don't know about.
Well, what would you ask her?
I hadn't thought of that yet. But who knows?
I'm not sure you'll get the chance now, Jason, now that you've said that you despise her. I mean, Paul's saying the Queen, love it, off with his head.
Of sort of like that's a bit outdated.
Well, there's support coming through from you all the time. I just wonder then, before I pass you over to Andy, is there anything else you can think of that people might be able to help you with? So you've said in terms of getting connections to the media and maybe some information about media studies courses. Is there anything else that you'd like to ask from the people watching?
I can't think of anything at the moment, no.
No,
But
well,
yeah.
I think that's because you've explained everything in really good detail. So thank you, Jason. So let's head over to
Thank
Andy
you.
now.
Hello, Jason.
Hiya.
Hey, thank you very much for coming on the show and for sharing what is, I think, I personally think is a brilliant ambition. I
Thank
really, 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 that's 3 reallys, love the idea of you interviewing the Queen. I mean, that's
Oh.
inspired, sir. So inspired.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Jason, my job here is to do my best possible job of just summarizing the ambition on a piece of paper. We call this the ambition calling card. So what I'd like to do is just quickly check through what I've written here and make sure that I've actually heard you right. Is that okay? Shall we do this?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, Jason, you want to have your own TV show, and you're thinking in terms of a chat show, interviewing people and finding out about their stories.
Yeah.
And you're hoping that this will actually lead on to maybe a full career in media, in broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the help you need, you've been very clear about this. Thank you very much for that. Really,
You're
it's
welcome.
opportunities and tips to make this happen, and possibly contact the various shows. And I've seen in the chats that 1 or 2 people have maybe suggested some shows that you might like to get in touch with. We'll get Adam to call them up later on. And of course, advice about possible useful training. As we've heard from Adam, you might not need the training. It sounds like you're a bit of a natural. So both opportunities are worth exploring. It may be that you find the right opportunity and get some more practice under your belt, and the audience end up loving you. And of course, with what you told us about wanting to interview the Queen, I'm thinking the audience will love you, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
I distracted myself there, Jason. Is that about right? Have I caught it
Yeah.
okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Great. In that case, with your permission, what I do is I'm just going to change cameras again.
That's fine.
Here we go. Hi.
Hiya.
Yes. You know, I have this little fantasy as we've been talking. I'd love a show to come together that basically is about you and the journey you take to try and get to meet the Queen and interview the Queen. And you interviewing all the people you have to talk to try and gain access. Anyway, that just went through my head. I love the idea. Right, let's get your ambition up onto the wall.
Sweet. I've been
Great.
waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been watching it on Facebook while I've been waiting.
Well, I hope the wait has been fun and, you know, not boring in any way.
Oh no, I just found it funny that how Adam was saying I like my profile picture because I'm the one with the sumo wrestler profile picture.
It's quite an impressive sumo wrestling outfit, that is.
Thank
Right,
you.
Jason. Yes, so Jason, here we go. Your ambition's up here on the wall. And as you know, normally this wall comes out with us. We stand in public places, New Road, 7 Dials, often, but not always, near local co-ops and so on. And they have stores in various places. And they've been very kind to us and have been supporting and funding some of what we do. So it's really nice to be a part of their outreach into the community as well as others and so on. Plus, of course, they give us cupcakes to give out. It's sad we don't have those at the moment. Oh, well, we can't have everything. And we invite people to just gently browse the ambitions. And often at the end of the day, there'll be quite a lot covering the entire wall. And we ask people if they would be kind enough to maybe add a comment. And we're going to do the same for you, Jason. Though, of course, we're not out there on the streets. We're on the street corner in people's living rooms or bedrooms or wherever it is they're watching this. And here's Jason with he's had a taste. He's done a couple of shows interviewing musicians and so on as part of the Coronavirus festival and stuff like that. And you've met him now and sort of heard his very, very open and friendly way of presenting himself. If you don't mind my saying that, Jason, but that's how you're coming across.
Thank you.
And you know, if you can see him as part of a chat show, and you're running a chat show, and think maybe you'd like to give him a tryout, or maybe have a chat with him about it, get in touch. Likewise, if you're in that area and you have a few tips and advice on how he could move his career ambition forward, please also get in touch. Just some key tips might be really useful, like cutting a show reel, I think they're called, or stuff like that. And then if he's cut a show reel, where he might like to send that and stuff like that. Who would want to see a show reel and what he'd need to put on it that would make them think, yes, you know, chat show host is the sort of way that we could bring him in. Of course, any other tips and advice would be really useful. Words of encouragement, of course. And if you're in the business and you want to work with Jason, then get in touch as well, because we'd be really happy to make that contact. I'm jumping on the whole thing about visiting and meeting the Queen, especially as, you know, I suspect yours would be really challenging questions. And who wants to? I would want to watch that. I think, you know, challenging questions, speaking truth to power, as they say. Go for it. That's something I'd love. Yeah, I'd love to see that. So if you want to make Jason's ambition and my ambition for Jason to visit the Queen come true, then definitely get in touch. Jason, is there anything else, as we've been talking, that's come up for you that maybe you'd like to share here? Any other needs, requests, thoughts?
Just try and get me up to the top, really.
Good man. Good man. In which case, what I'd like to do is I'd like to share with you people who just tuned in, or those of you who've been watching a little longer and, you know, want a refresh on how to contact us. But I'm not going to tell you myself because it's below me. It isn't, I'm happy to tell you. But what I'm actually going to do is ask my friend and colleague Adam to jump back in.
Come on.
Yeah, and there he is, because he does it so eloquently. Adam, with your journalistic aplomb, would you kindly share with folks how they could get in touch with us?
There are 3 ways to do it. You can leave a comment underneath the Facebook video that you're watching right now, or underneath the YouTube video if you're over there watching this, or you can click on the link that you'll find right next to the video. And if you do that, you'll be brought into this broadcast space. You'll be in a backstage area, and then we can bring you in so you can share your own comments with the people watching. Or you can send a message to the WhatsApp number that's just about to leave your screen. It's going to come back around, don't worry. But you'll see it come back through, and Agatha will be there waiting for your messages. So thank you so much. And we have got, again, so many comments coming through for you.
Yes.
How about this one from Kitty? Jason, you were born to be a star.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Kitty.
And Victoria, who was on earlier. Jason, you're amazing. I love you.
Oh.
Yeah. Victoria, you're awesome.
Yeah. And Darren has been in touch as well. And he says,
there we go.
Look for J-Dog's chat show on Stay Up Late Facebook page for Jason's videos. Is that your nickname, Jason? J-Dogs?
Yeah. J-Dog's
Brilliant.
actually my nickname.
I love it. And yes, on YouTube as well, he says. Wonderful. Now, Paul has left this comment. In fact, Paul, would you like to come on and tell Jason yourself? Yeah. Let's bring in Paul.
Yeah, I was. Oh, hang on. The camera's gone. Here we go. I was saying I could imagine like you're doing a DIY YouTube channel, and you know, how about seeing if you go to venues in Brighton that bands and artists are playing at, and interviewing them backstage about their music, or You know, it could be comedians, it could be anything.
That would be awesome. Like, that would be, like, top notch as well. And that would help either way.
But I also thought, like, if you do meet the Queen, could you ask her what she thinks of my picture here? Can you see that? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you like that, Your Majesty? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it anyway.
Are you trying to get us taken off air? Oh dear. I think it's fair to say we don't have many monarchists on the show tonight. But, moving swiftly on. Thanks for that, Paul. Thanks, Paul. Right. Jason, thanks so much for sharing your ambition with us. A lot of people have been getting in touch saying, you know, you've got this. And Simon just adding to say goodbye as well. Best of luck, J-Dog.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, we've had a taste of your talents, so we'll pass on any more support that comes through for you. And we'll also be making a social media post out of your ambition as well to try and get some more support. Lovely. Thank you, Jason. Really appreciate you being on.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. And just before we move on to our next participant, a quick note from somebody who was involved in one of our previous events, and that's Julia, who is a local pioneer. What's the term? I've forgotten what the term is, but basically she's a member pioneer. There we are. She's a member pioneer in Brighton and Hove for the co-op. So that's as in, you know, the supermarket and the bank and everything else. And she just wanted to let you know that the Co-op Community Fund application is now open. So if you are a not-for-profit organisation in Brighton and Hove, or anywhere across the country, in fact, you can go to Co-op's website, or maybe just do a search on your search engine for Co-op Local Community Fund, and you can apply to be supported by the Co-op, just like we are. And we are forever grateful for the Co-op, because without them, we wouldn't be doing this right now. So they're supporting us to strengthen community cohesion and getting people together to exchange support for each other. So thank you to Julia for sending us that note to remind us about the Local Community Fund. And she's also letting us know that the deadline is on the 28th of June. So you've got 16 days from now to get your applications in. Thanks, Julia. Okay, so let's go to our next participant, Sass, who is there ready and waiting. Hello, Sass.
Hello. Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. A bit nervous, but I'll be all right.
It's only me. Look, I'm not too scary, and we're just having a friendly chat. So I get nervous before every single show. I get the butterflies in the belly. But then as soon as it starts... Oh, really?
Yeah. It's okay. I've done like, I've been on the news, like, obviously, done a video for the news before with Gig Buddies, so they've put me on the news, so.
Oh, so you're a pro?
Yeah.
So tell us, Sass, what's your goal, idea, or ambition that you brought with you this evening?
It would like be my dream to get like a professional footballer like from Brighton and Hove, because I love Brighton and Hove Football Club, to like teach me some kick ups, because I'm not very good at them. And also I play for Blags, a women's team called Blags in Brighton, and but I want to get better at football, so obviously I would need coaching or training to make me win more medals, to help me win more medals. Oh,
okay. So you want to win medals?
Yeah, because I've got loads already. I just want to win more medals.
So you've said specifically you want to learn how to do more kick-ups. Is that right?
Yeah. I can't even like do them very well. So I would like. My dream would be like someone from Brighton Football Club, like teach me how to do kick-ups.
Oh, now that would be fantastic. Now for me, the dream would be to get a Derby County player to teach me how to do kick-ups, because I'm hopeless at kick-ups. I can only do 3 or 4. But are you a Brighton and Hove Albion fan?
Yes.
Who's your favourite player?
I've got a few. My last one was Bruno, because I met him. So.
Oh wow.
Place that I went to, so he was there at the same time, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked, and he was there.
So was it by chance? It was a coincidence that you saw him?
Yeah, because I didn't realise until I heard someone say his name, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like, and then obviously he left Brighton, and I was like really like down stuff.
Yeah, I bet. Now look at this comment from Kitty. She's calling out Bruno himself, saying, Bruno, are you busy, mate? Come and have a kickabout with Sass.
Oh, thanks, Kitty.
Now, if people are wondering who on earth's Bruno, if they're not a football fan, then they might be more familiar with him because there's a huge graffiti painting of him in the centre of Brighton. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's in the lanes. I think it's on the side of the ice cream shop in the lanes. So if you can, like, he looks a little bit like me. He's got no hair, but he's got a long beard as well.
Yeah, and he's very nice as well because he is Spanish. So he obviously, when I met him, he was really nice towards me, which was really nice because I've got special needs, and he was just really nice and took a picture with me and stuff.
Yeah, he is a really nice chap. He's a local legend, a Brighton legend. Anyway, less about Bruno, more about you. So why do you love it so much, football, and why do you want to improve so much?
Because I've always loved football, because obviously I'm a football fanatic, and I just want to get better, because obviously I play for a girls team called Blags in Brighton, and they're amazing and very supportive, but I can't really ask them to basically help me. So I was just wondering if there's anyone like Brighton players to try and help me.
Mm-hmm. So specifically Brighton and Hove Albion, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what's your message to the people watching tonight who might be able to help you?
If you guys can get hold of any Brighton players and say about a few words about me, it would be a great honour to hear back. So please let me know.
I have this image in my mind of maybe at one of the Premier League matches at half time. You know how they do things at half time to entertain the crowd?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if they brought you on and you were able to do some kick-ups with
sometimes
Glenn Murray or somebody?
Yeah. Normally, sometimes when I've been to matches, my stepdad, when I go with him, normally says, "Get on that pitch and start scoring because you're good at football." And I'm like, I can't do that. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, but you'll probably be better at scoring than some of the forwards that have been playing for Brighton this season.
Yeah, true.
Oh dear. Well, let's just hope that they can get back onto the pitch anyhow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, this is really clear what you want to do. I could talk to you all night about football because I love football. You know, to be honest with you, I've been to 2 matches.
Yeah.
At the Amex. One of them was the 1-1 draw with Watford earlier this season, and then the other one was when my team, Derby County, beat Brighton 2-1 in the playoffs a few years ago. Those were the days.
Yeah, I remember when I went to watch Brighton versus West Ham. This new player who was new to Brighton took off his top and swung it around, and he threw it onto the ground, and he got books for it because you're obviously not allowed to do that.
Yeah, it's a bit silly, isn't it, that rule, because they're only celebrating. We've had some comments come through for you. I'll share one now, and then we'll come back to the others after you've had a chat with Andy. Gig Buddy, whoever you are, Gig Buddy, whoever's the person behind Gig Buddy, you've put in some great comments tonight. We're very grateful. So Gig Buddy says, there's some great coaches at the Albion's training ground at Lancing too, Sass.
Yeah.
And they're very inclusive to all abilities. So maybe they can help if we don't hear from Bruno.
I've already done that with some of my team, actually. Went to the Amex training ground. It was my dream. I absolutely loved it. And
I had the coaches like train me, the Albion people train me. It was great. It was
That sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah, it was like my dream come true. Like my team were like, "This is your dream come true, Sass."
Oh, I love it. Chloe has been in touch as well, who you might have seen earlier on, who's
Yeah.
starting the transgender football club.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
she says, go for it, Sass. You go, Sass, as well. So thanks, Chloe, for that comment. Okay, let's go to Andy now, because Andy's been writing your ambition down. So we'll see how he's got on.
Hi, Sass.
Hello.
You know, Adam could speak with you all night long about football. He loves the stuff.
Yeah.
And bar for that one tiny failing of him not being a supporter of the Seagulls, you know,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. You know, he can't be perfect. What can you say?
Yeah.
Anyway, my job, as you know, is to try and capture your ambition on one of these ambition calling cards. So what I'd like to do is just check with you that I've got this right. And Sass, it's a beautiful ambition. I've really enjoyed listening to this ambition. It's so well put, and I feel your passion. It's exciting. And you really would love a professional footballer to coach and train and advise you specifically about kick-ups. But of course, the contact and the connection would be good. And Adam didn't ask you about the medals. You want to win more medals. What are the medals about?
Well, with my team flags that I play for, like the girls team in Brighton, we've been doing lots of tournaments and I've been winning medals with them. So I want to basically win like more medals by like doing a few skills in like training or like my matches with like my team. So like when I go back to like training with them, I'll be able to like do some like skills if I can learn how to do like different skills.
Yeah, excellent, top job. That makes a lot of sense to me. I'm afraid I had to write "Go Seagulls" on the sheet because you know that's what I've been hearing. And the help you need is really straightforward. I think Kate has it right. Bruno, get in touch, mate. You know, it's like, or if you can't do it, why not? Nudge one of your colleagues in. You know, so really, it's contacts, introductions, and the chance really for you to be able to ask them. I'm sure you ask them, you'll get a well done, Paul. You'll get a, you know, let's get the question out there to them, and maybe ideas around that. Sass, in essence, is that your ambition? Have I got it right?
Yes.
Brilliant. With your permission, let me change cameras again.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go. As smoothly as I possibly can. Hey.
Hello.
Hi, it's nice to see you, rather than, you know, seeing a sheet of paper and everything. Of course, what I'd like to do now is get that sheet of paper, that ambition calling card, onto the wall. Yeah?
That's fine. Yeah.
Let's do it. Great. Here we go. We put your ambition calling card on the wall of ambitions. And as you know, we normally have people just gently milling around all day, reading ambitions at their own pace, having little thoughts. It's actually quite nice watching people do that, because occasionally I'll just see people smile in a recognition or excitement or sheer joy or maybe a little laughter and so on. It's a lovely experience, and I long for the time when we can come out of lockdown and we can stand on street corners again. So here I am saying publicly that I want to be able to stand on street corners. It's a dodgy thing to say, but never mind. And Sass, you know, in your case, people may be passing by who actually know Bruno, or someone else who knows him, or you know, people in Albion in the community who may be able to make the mess connect you through, or other contacts and so on. And of course, other footballers of that kind of professional quality are available. And you know, so anyone who has that kind of contact, that's one of the best connections, the best comments that we could possibly get here. So if you know someone who might be able to help Sass connect, and you could possibly give us something that we can pass through to Sass to make it easy for her to approach that person, to say, here I am, I play with this girls team, I have these medals, I love what you guys are doing, I really want the tips and advice of the kick-ups and so on. You know, if you could tell her a nice, easy way of being able to make that connection, it would be a joy and a privilege to be able to pass that through. Sass, we often get other comments as well, just gentle words of encouragement. It's really lovely to be able to pass those on. Tips and advice, because there's something behind this as well. You clearly have a passion for football. So it's more than just the kick-ups, and we go on about the Seagulls for sure, but there's skill there, passion there, enjoyment there. So anyone who can make some advice and so on about how you can do more of that, or maybe get more opportunities, or maybe even get better and move towards your cabinet full of medals or whatever. You know, that would be a lovely thing for people to be contributing. And of course, if you want to play football with Sass, get in touch. We'll make the connection. If you guys hit it off, brilliant. If you don't, fair enough, that happens, and so on. But that's part of the whole joy of putting this ambition out there. Sass, as we've been talking, has anything else come up? Some other requests that you'd like, or anything?
No. If not Bruno, maybe another Brighton player like Glenn Murray.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and you know, heck, there's the whole team there. So yeah, and you know, junior teams and managers and coaches as well. Yeah. So you know, so
I was like saying to the other guy, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah.
I used to like for one day only. Me and some of my team went to train at the Amex training ground with the coaches who train the players, and that's like my literally dream. Like they were like, Sasha, dream has come true. Like my teammates were like, Sasha, dream has come true training here.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a brilliant thing. Let's see if we can't ask for more of that. Yeah. I'm being interrupted by my cat, who has decided that she'd like to help out as well. No, she's gone. I can't lift her up to show you. Okay, what we need now is for people to be able to get in touch. Yeah. And what I like to do at this point is ask our friend and colleague Adam to come back in. Because although I've been watching his words very carefully and I kind of know how to get in touch, he's the expert. So, hey, Adam, hello. May we ask you how people who are watching, or possibly even watching us on the repeat, can get in touch with us?
Yeah, well, if you're watching live, especially, then if you comment on Facebook, then we can actually put your comment straight on the screen. So do that if you're watching on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, likewise, we'll see your comment and we'll be able to share it with Sass and other people. Also, you can click on the link that accompanies this video and it will bring you into our broadcast studio online, and we'll be able to bring you in to have a live chat face to face. That'd be nice. Yeah. Or you can send a message on WhatsApp to Agatha, and you can do that by contacting the number that's about to scroll across the bottom of your screen. So yeah, just some other comments coming through. Like Kitty having a bit of a dig at me, saying, "Oh, I went there when I was telling you about that Derby beat you. That was one of the matches that I went to." Jason sent in a nice message. There it is. You'll make it sassy sass.
Yeah. Well done, J-Dog.
Oh dear, J-Dog. And lovely. Yeah. So I'm just going through all these messages. There are so many. Sass, you've caught people's imagination. Darren says this: football legend and festival legend.
Oh, there's a story there.
Yeah. Basically, some of us went to Glastonbury in 2019, and we had a blast. I got to see my favorite rapper Stormzy live. So,
fantastic!
Thanks, Darren.
Hey, and while we're at it, let's see if we can get Stormzy into the Coronavirus Fest as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, make a note of that one, Paul. Put in a call to Stormzy, see if he'll come on. Because you could even come onto the show tonight. Because remember, everybody, at 9 o'clock, you need to head to the Gig Buddies Coronavirus Fest page for all the fun. And Kitty's saying, how about Sean Paul as well?
And Sean Paul, Kitty.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much, Sass, for sharing your goal with us tonight. And goal, I didn't mean for it to be a pun, but let's go with it. Yeah, so we want to see you improving at football and getting a chance to have a little train with the Brighton players as well. So let's see if we can get the word out there a bit more. And if anybody gets in touch saying how they can help, then we'll be sure to be in contact with you, Sass.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Wow.
How cool
It's
was
breathless this evening, isn't it? It's just from one person to the next. And actually, time's running out. So we need to get through to the next participant, Andy. So let's bring in Andrew, who is our final participant this evening. Good evening, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Thank you so much for being there. Tell us, what is it that you'd like to do?
Well, with my ambition, I like to actually become a wrestler and actually step inside a WWE ring.
No way.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's a big ambition. So tell us about how much you love wrestling.
I love wrestling all the time. I've been to wrestling at O2 Arena. I've been to Hannah FM Sheffield. I've been all over the place. And one thing I like to do, because I wear the shirt, John Cena himself, I would actually like to meet him and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon as well.
Okay, so you're going to have to educate me. I have to admit, I don't know any wrestlers. So are these like the top wrestlers?
Yes.
Okay. And what is it about wrestling that you like?
Wrestling I like. It's just it's the atmosphere, and it's the way they hit you with chairs and weapons and all that, and it's just entertainment, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, Chloe's already been in touch to say good luck with your ambition. That's a good idea. And we've had so many ambitions tonight that have been fantastic. Okay. So how long have you been watching wrestling?
I've been watching wrestling since August 2001.
Whoa, that's specific. Okay, what happened in August 2001?
I watched it when SmackDown was on, and when The Rock was in the ring, and Booker T, who was the WCW champion at the time, and the Rock gave him really some funny remarks, and I thought it was really hilarious.
And that was it. You were hooked.
Yes.
Okay, so how could people help you?
Well, I would like to find out if anybody would help me to actually step inside a wrestling ring and actually give me a chance to actually stand out and do some wrestling.
So you need to get contacts with some people who are in the wrestling world who might have the influence or the power to get you inside the ring.
Yes.
Okay. So is it American or is it British as well?
It's American. It's American WWE, and also I would like to actually do it in Brighton as well, at the Brighton Centre.
Oh wow! Okay, so they do it there, do they?
Yeah, they do it there sometimes on a live tour.
Fantastic. Well, you've had all sorts of support. Rami, who we actually know. Rami's somebody. He's like a serial volunteer. Rami, he's at everything, wanting to help everybody. Really good to see you, Rami. He says, "Great," with a nice little heart face as well.
Yeah.
And Kitty says, "You need a wrestling name and costume."
Yeah. So what I would like to be called is Walker's Lightning.
Ooh. Okay. What made you come up with that name?
Well, because I think it's the power. It's the power that I can hit.
So to clarify for everybody watching, Walker is your surname, right?
Yes.
So Walker's Lightning. I like it. Okay, thanks for the question or for the comment, Kitty.
Yeah. And also
Simon,
like what you said earlier with Saskia, you said you're a Derby County fan.
Yeah.
Well, just to let you know, I am a Leicester City fan.
Okay, well, I can't win there, can I? At the moment,
no, because I've actually, when I'm in a band called the Revs in Brighton, I actually did I actually played live at Derby County's football ground, and I walked in with my Leicester shirt on.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
How would you do that? I can't believe they let you in.
Yes.
Oh, dear me. Dear me. You know what? I've seen some photos as well, because I don't know what event it was. I think it might have been an AGM or something. And it was, I think, fairly soon after Leicester won the title. And I think you might have been there with your Leicester shirt on.
Yes, 2015-16.
Yeah, that was an incredible season, wasn't it? Anyway, we're back on to talking about football, and instead we need to be talking about your wrestling ambition.
Yeah.
So there are all sorts of comments coming in, like Kitty's been back in touch as well. So Kitty said, any seamstresses or tailors up for creating an incredible lightning-inspired wrestling outfit? Now that could be something useful, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, thank you, Kitty.
But she also adds this. Andrew is rather tall, so you might need a lot of lightning. How tall are you, Andrew?
I am going to need lots of lightning. All hell will strike loose.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Whoa! Okay, right. That's going to be a long costume.
Yes.
The comments won't stop coming in. Let's see. Oh, Paul just said, well, here we go. Leicester FC. Knew that one was going to come up. Oh, dear. And he also said this. All you need is some tights, pants, and a mask. And we've all got those, haven't we? Would you go into the ring wearing those?
Yeah, I would go into the ring wearing that, yeah.
Okay, lovely. So let's say you managed to get into the ring, then what? What would you do?
If I get into the ring, yeah, I would like to actually be there and actually have a manager with me, and I actually would like to actually win a proper wrestling title.
Oh wow, you aim high. I like it.
Yes.
So what is the top wrestling title you can get?
The top wrestling title that you can get like the WWE, that's like the World Heavyweight Championship, and you can get the Universal Championship that Brock Lesnar would hold for a long time.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, Chloe's been in touch as well and said again that she's also a WWE fan. She's saying, you go, Andrew. So you need to get in touch with Chloe because it sounds like you could both make this happen.
Yeah.
Nice one. All right, let's head over to Andy now, who's been writing down this wonderful ambition.
Hey,
Okay.
Andrew.
Hello.
That is one brilliant ambition, sir. And I really like the idea, you know, that at the end of it is winning the world and you're the universal champion. That's great. Okay. As you know, my job, as Adam said, is to just try and summarize, capture your ambition onto an ambition calling card, which I hope I've done right. And there you are. With this wonderful aspiration of becoming Walker's Lightning, which I think is brilliant. And you want to become a wrestler and, you know, in the first place, actually step inside a WWF ring.
Yes.
And I've actually wrote it in there because I think you mentioned it. You wouldn't mind meeting John Cena too. Yeah, actually kind of meet up with that. Wouldn't that be cool?
Mm.
Right. Now, in terms of the need, the help, it's very simple, really. Anyone out there who has the contacts or the connections with people in the business who can get you in there, who can get you in to actually visit the ring, meet people, talk with them about how to become a professional wrestler and get all that insight, maybe even meet the managers and find out what they look for and so on. And of course, you talked about the possibility of stepping into the ring when they're on tour and maybe they're passing through Brighton Centre. Or wouldn't it be lovely if someone could get you out there to their home in the US and see how it goes there and so on. So the ambition is wonderfully flexible. And importantly, underneath there is that there's an ambition for your passion to do more than just watch, really entertaining stuff of those folks, not just wrestling, but the banter they go through, all the kind of jibes they throw at each other, and the humor around that as well. And you want to be a part of that, which I think is brilliant. Actually become a wrestler, a performer wrestler in that field in your own right. Andrew, have I caught it? Is that about right?
Yeah, called it right. Yeah.
Good. In which case, what I'd like to do now is swap cameras. You've seen me do this before, I'm sure. There we go. Hello. Hey, it's good to meet you. Really nice to see you. Right. Let's get your ambition up onto the wall. Yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. There we go. The idea of you is 6'5". You're almost as tall as the wall. Really?
Yeah.
Which is great. You know, you would tower over me. I'm a mere 5.5 foot. You'd be somewhere up there, mate. And so on.
Yeah.
And the idea of the lightning down sight, you know, it's like, it's just straight scary, really. Top on you. Simple ambition, nice simple request and everything. Let's hope that, you know, and this is the lovely thing about Brighton and Hove. We seem to be surrounded by loads of people with loads of connections. So if you're watching and you know somebody in the WWF industry, or you know someone in the broadcast industry that helps get their shows out there and can make the connection for Andrew, please get in touch. And, you know, let's get those contacts through, and maybe some tips and advice on how he can ask for this, and so on. And it'll be a lovely thing to be able to make that connection. And of course, part of Andrew's ambition here is the career, is the job, is doing it as well. That's an important part of it. I feel your passion, mate. That's great. So if you are in the industry, if you know about sports wrestling, if you know about the whole kind of process, and you can give Andrew some tips, some advice, maybe see him have a go, meet him, and so on. You know, I'm sure we'd be really happy to make that connection there as well. And this is one of the fun things that I really like about having these ambitions. We find that quite a lot of people, a reasonable number of people, share those ambitions. So if you out there are also a WWF fan and would like to be a part of this sort of thing, get in touch as well. We'll make the connections, and you and Andrew can just go on and on and on about who your favorite wrestlers are and who put who down, and you know who.
You can't see me.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
John Cena.
Yeah, the heart of friendships, becoming friends over John Cena. How cool is that? Oh, and of course, if you're John Cena, then first of all,
John Cena is one of the best wrestlers, and he always goes, "You can't see me." He's in good long films like The Marine and Playing with Fire.
Right. Oh, cool. Oh, so he has that. Brilliant. Oh, so John, if you're watching, first of all, get in touch with Bruno to get him in. You know, get him on, and also come and meet Andrew as well. Andrew, is there anything else we need to be asking on your behalf? Anything else there, or is that pretty much it?
I think it's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah.
Do love the idea of someone making you a costume as well. Right. In which case,
definitely.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to bring my friend and colleague Adam back on the show, because what I'd like to do is sort of prompt him in the most gentle way possible to let people know. Last time he's going to do this tonight, I think, let people know how they can get in touch, especially if they've got some way of helping you tower over John. Are you taller than John Cena?
Yeah, go in that tower and literally go for it.
Yeah. Adam, so how can people get in touch?
Well, if you're super quick, then you can get in a comment to Andrew right now if you do it in the next 2 minutes, if you're watching live. So you can do that by commenting on the Facebook video that you're watching, or on the YouTube video if that's where you're watching us. Or you can click on the link that accompanies this video and we'll get you in really quick. Or you can send a message on the WhatsApp number that's right there, and Agatha will pick it up and send it through to us. We've had a couple of other comments come through for you, Andrew. So Jason said, Lightning Andrew Walker is an awesome stage name. You're doing great, Andrew.
Yeah, loved it.
And how about this from Kitty? Move over, John Cena. Here comes Lightning Walker.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, everybody, for your comments. They've been absolutely wonderful all evening. So you were talking, Andy, about people who might actually want to join in with you, and I think Chloe, who sent us a couple of messages, I think she's somebody who would be really up for coming along the journey with you. And just a last comment here from Simon saying, pretty sure John Cena's not 6'5". You might well be taller than him. Yeah, I'd like to see you take him on.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, Andrew, just before we all go, because it's almost 8:30 and we're all going to have to go, just a comment from Kate from Stay Up Late, who says, what an amazing bunch you all are. I'm very proud of you all.
Yeah. Pleasure and enjoy meeting you guys.
Yes.
It's been wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Andrew?
Yes. The last thing I'd like to add, that with Paul, he always says that he thinks Brighton's going to win against Leicester, but trust me, Leicester's always got his back on him. And and also I would like to say that the fact is, no learning disabilities, no different than anybody else. We should be treated the same, and that is a fact.
Hear, hear. How about that, Paul?
Yeah, fantastic. I had a feeling you'd say that. So, Andrew, I've been up to my upstairs toilet, which is also the Brighton and Hove Albion Shrine room. There, can you see there? There's Bobby Zamora. And there's Bobby Zamora, signed picture, and like this is the greatest of all time. Peter Ward. Look at that.
Oh, Peter Ward.
Anyway. Thought, I knew it was going to go all football, so I thought I'd bring, go upstairs, raid the Albion Shrine.
Oh dear! I love how you had that ready. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, definitely, Paul.
It's 8:30, so we're going to have to say goodbye. But
and also, football's back next week. It starts on the 17th of June. It's all coming back for that weekend.
Can I just say thanks so much? I'm absolutely blown away by all the ideas and the energy tonight. It's just been brilliant. So thanks, Adam and Andy, for putting this together. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, and thanks to you and everyone else that Stay Up Late, and Kate, who's done a lot of work behind the scenes as well to get everybody lined up for the show this evening. And you've done an awful lot of work, and it's been an absolutely wonderful show. So we've completely run out of time, but I just wanted to say, Paul, do you want to give what's happening at 9 o'clock a last plug for the dozens of people that have just tuned in?
Yes, we're over on Facebook, Coronavirus Fest. We've got Sam from Gig Buddies Scotland doing his amazing Human Jukebox show, and who knows how long he'll go on for this time. And the man never stops, and he's just got loads of songs coming out all the time.
Well, I hope you've got the energy drinks on the go, because I mean the last 2 hours has been crazy. So you're going to need some, I think, to keep going. But it sounds like it'll be great fun.
Brilliant.
Thanks so much, Paul. Thank you, Andrew, as well.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully do something again in the not too distant future. Andy, now we're over time, but it's just been so jam packed, isn't it?
Yes, and there's so much to share with folks. If you can stay just one tiny moment longer, I'd like to ask Adam to tell you about what we're doing as a special next Monday. Is that possible? Yeah. I know we're going over time, so if you have to go, fair enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. But if you can